Before the video begins, you're gonna have to deal with Porter with really bad camera quality. As you can see, probably gonna make it go right there. But there's a CapCut logo, which hasn't been happening since I got CapCut originally, but I don't know. Let me know what a good editor is, please. That is either cheap or doesn't do the watermark thing. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Enjoy. I am recording 3 simultaneous videos. Yeah. We're building something today. Doesn't look very good. My sketch was not that great. I just needed the shape, and then the rest is for later. We're building a, I don't know how long it is exactly. I just eyeballed it. I'm guessing 6.5 inches. Exactly. No, it's 7 inches. 7 inches with the tail. We're building a 7-inch mullet glide bait. And I got ripped in the comments last time I built a glide bait because they're supposedly neutral. This is a topwater glide bait, okay? Specifics. God. We're using paper and cedro espino. Spine cedar. This is probably gonna be the biggest glide bait I've made, I think so. Yeah. I've built swim baits bigger. But biggest glide bait I've made. So, that's an achievement. Uh-oh. Forgot to draw the line on this side. Joints are difficult. It's focusing on my face. Stay. There you go. Tail slot. And grooves cut. This is gonna be a fun one to fish, I think. Hopefully. It might fail miserably, you can tell. Sanded and ready to cut in half, I think. Wow, that went well. Met up. Oh! Nope, that's upside down. Met up perfectly. Excellent. Oh, that makes me happy. Makes me real happy. Gonna take my Dremel and kind of break that into 2 ridges. Hopefully it looks good. After I carve the gills, that is. There we go. Still getting the black stripes for some reason. Gotta do that one more time now. That one, my blade was a little bit too dull, and it kind of just smushed it instead of cut. Like that side. See, that's like a good cut right there. It's like a break. Inconsistencies make it natural. Don't get depressed when you screw up. Unless it's like ripping your bait in half. We don't speak of that. New Dremel bit that I missed the camera with. Little 1/8 inch, just a cylinder burr bit. I don't even know if that's considered a burr bit, but it has like spirally knives on it. That didn't go how I originally planned. I decided to cut it back clear to the gill carving. And it's a lot easier to do that just with the knife like this. So that was kind of just like when you sculpt and you leave an extra piece there, an extra bit that you don't really need. It's just that way you can get that detail. And then you just remove that piece you didn't originally need. For anybody who's actually sculpted, I used to back in my day when I was a wee laddie, but now it looks really good. Right? And it's got texture. It's all about the texture. Eye contact. Okay. Sanding of the gills, of which I'm not going to show because I'm testing out how it looks whenever I just don't sand. I tell you that I'm going to sand, and then I sand, and then I show you it done. Lead holes and eye sockets are up next. We're going to go a couple of these. I think these are 1/2 inch? No, these are 3/4. No, not 3/4. 5/8, I believe. We're going to go 2 5/8 inch in each piece, I think. Quarter inch, I believe, eye sockets. And these need to go relatively low on the head. Lovely. It's getting there. I don't know why there's wet spots on there. I think that's from super glue. There's a tiny hole there. I never noticed that. Total of 4 lead holes, which is a lot for a top wider. God, I can't speak today. But, oh! I was about ready to seal. I completely forgot about, where's the other page at? Here we are. I need to do fins still. Fin sockets, at least. Fins are later, but fin sockets I need to carve. Okay, moment of truth. I usually suck at dremeling, so we'll see if that usually is still relevant. I'm gonna go on low speed, for starters. It was indeed relevant. It turned out not unusable, but poor, and it took me ages, so here you go. I don't like it. It doesn't look very good. At all. Kind of looks like crap. Oh god. I'm thinking I'm probably, whenever we get back from Panama, because it's getting too late to order junk that I'm barely gonna use, but whenever we get back from Panama, I'm probably gonna get a 3/16 inch ball burr bit. This thing I'll probably not use very often anymore, which is unfortunate because I spent $15 on it. So I start with this little bit, the 16th I think it is, and then I do a bigger hole, which is, I think it's a 3/16 inch, and I only do about half of the hole, a 3/16, if that. I do like the first 1/4 inch, a 3/16 inch hole, so that way the screw eye can get in, but then it has to like secure into wood. See? Big, and then it tapers down in a smaller hole. Get back to you when they're spun. Super glue on the threads. A lot of it. And then screw it into the bait, such as. I'm going the wrong way on all of the eyelets because I'm going to put single hooks on this thing. Lovely. It looks like a glide bait. So far we haven't screwed anything up royally. The fins are a little bit but the rest of it looks really good. I'm happy with the eyelets, how they set. It needs sealed now, I guess. Crud. I don't have any more paintbrushes for sealing. This was my last one, and I just used it for clear coating. Some lures. Oh, speaking of, I can show you those, because those aren't a video or anything. Give me 2 seconds. This thing has been out on the rotisserie for almost an hour. I just forgot about it. And then this is going to be a thin fin is what they're called. They're a rattle trap with a lip. This is more like a chunk fin, though. And a fin on the top, are thin fins. So, and then a spinner butt bait. These are all going to reef. This one looks like a largemouth. I don't know why I did that, but I did it. And then just like simple, something to catch fish. Those 3. And then we also have another glide bait that I'm working on for him. It's gonna be silver shad, and I'm doing something different I haven't done on a lure previously, and that is, if you see the little, you can see the drill holes in there. I'm gonna make it a jointed fin, so the fin flops around. That's that. I was gonna do that same jointed fin on this one, but I wanted less things that are breakable and more things to just be stuck in there that won't get ripped out by a 30-pound snook. And yes, that's my target species with this mullet. It's cold in here now. My heater has been off for a while and it got cold, so. Alright, I'm gonna seal and I'll see you guys tomorrow, or it's only noon? Or late this evening? Later. It turned into the next day because it dried at the time I knew it was going to dry, but it didn't feel like it. So, plugging in the lead pot, and it looks really good. Really good. Once we put the lead in, I will test. And I actually need to drill the wire connections. For testing purposes, I will be using my normal wire connections I do, just with the 21 gauge wire, the little stuff. So I'll just be using those for testing purposes. And then we paint. Oh no, then we cut out fins. Then we paint. Has been done.
The joint connection is a little bit off, but that's because these eyelets that I have in here are kind of off, so I'll straighten that out before we test. As you saw, I cut out the fins, so I'm gonna quickly just dry fit them. So the tail does not friction fit, so I'm gonna put a tiny drop of super glue on the back and just shove it in there. And the other two friction fit, but this one does not. And I'll just like pull it out, but that looks pretty dang good. It looks lovely with all of its fins in. I'm so excited to fish this thing. You have no idea. Moment of truth, does it sink or float? It floats perfectly high. It's exactly where I wanted it to float. Curious if it swims. It doesn't, so I might actually add a little bit more. It doesn't quite swim. It kind of just drags on the top. It might swim. It glides for sure. Why did it swim that time? I don't know. Who can tell? Who can tell? It'll probably actually be a bit heavier with the clear coats. Yeah, it'll work. I'm keeping it as is. Counting on the fact that the clear coat should be sufficient to get it a little bit lower in the water column. Well, a little bit lower, because I wanted it only about that much floating out the top. It's about that much. So I could add more lead. I think it'll be fine. We'll see. Filled. Needs filed. I bought a new file set. I bought this for carving fins, of which I found is far harder than I expected. Bunch of microfiles. Starting with white. Continuing with Calypso Sky on the belly and the top, so it's going to be kind of like the edges. You know what? I changed my mind. We're going almost the whole thing. Okay, continuing with shimmering silver in the middle, towards, yeah, the middle. Shimmery. A little bit more white. Not on the belly exactly, but close to the belly. That is the it'll look the same eventually. It's here. Whoa. There's a little bit of sun. So, that's not good. Anyway, clear coat. This stuff looks like cold corn syrup because I forgot it out here last night, like a moron. So I have to use my my blow dryer to heat it up. Oh, it's come unplugged again. I seem to have misplaced my black glitter. So we're going with silver, a little bit of silver, and a little bit of just white. Being very stingy. I like it. Makes me not mess it up. You have no clue how many clear coats I've messed up with too much glitter. Uh-oh, I've already made a mistake. Whoops. Uh-oh. Whoops. This is not good. Okay. Crisis possibly averted. Can't believe I messed up that quick. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna start putting this stuff on in the slot. That's smart. This one's done. We have bubblage. There we go. I'm just gonna stand here and watch this for a moment. Okay. Round 2, keep it out of the slot this time. And the eye holes. Oh, I got it in the eye socket. Man, I am a scatterbrain this day. I'm doing wonderfully. That's sarcasm, I hope you can tell. Okay, rotisserie. Give that 20 minutes, should be set, and then maybe we can paint again this afternoon later. Starting with pearl white on the everywhere for the most part. This isn't helping. Anyway, continuing with, what is it? Continuing with black flash on the top. It's pitch black, but I think it needs this because I don't use this enough. It's my excuse for using darn near every paint I own. Oh, I don't use this enough. Might as well throw it on. We're going at it from this angle, so that way we can get... No, we're not going at it this angle. We're going at it this angle. I haven't gone at an angle in a long time. It looks good. Starting to look a little bit more mullety than blue thing. Continuing with black, just normal black, same angle, I think, yes. Okay, it's too much black. So, I'm going to counteract that with more pearl white on the belly. Scale reveal. See how she looks. Why am I doing the back piece first? I don't know. Save best for last, I suppose. Ooh. Oh, wow. Look at that. That looks really good. And that blue is really popping through a lot more than I expected it to. But I really like it. Ruin the moment. Oh my god. That looks so good. There's like a little bit of a darker patch towards the head on this one. But that's fine because that's all gonna get black over it anyway. Wow, that looks
incredible. I've lost the gills, is my only complaint. They've kind of disappeared. So I have to wipe that clean a bit with some like, wow, oh my gosh, hold on, I need to put these things together. What am I doing? Woo, I'm excited to fish with this. Okay, I'm really stoked. Okay, I'm gonna work on the gills for a moment, like get them all cleared out, and then I'll get back to you. That little mess up spot, actually, I kind of really like it. It looks super natural, kind of like got like head-butted or ran into a rock there. Don't know why I'd be head-butted, but eh. Normally I paint the scales after I've done the first clear coat, but this time it wouldn't have worked. I put too much clear coat. We're good. This time I put too much clear coat on the gill area. So, next time I'll do it right. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, it's just falling off. Where did that piece go? That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh no. Help! If you think I'm going to take everything off and repaint it just because of that, you're smoking something. You know what fixes that? A little bit of super glue. I might actually just do the stripes. I forgot to do the stripes. So I need to get my fine brush out and do that. Putting the fin on. Nothing super fancy, just a big fin. Super glue, super glue, super glue. That was a little bit too much, but okay. Okay, that one got slowed down, so we shouldn't have any brokenness. No brokenness. Yay. Okay. God, that's stressful. So stressful when you drop a lure. Good riddance. Oh, my thumb's slightly sticking to the bait. No. And now my finger is glued to the lure. Hold on. Can I have my finger back? Okay. We should be good.
I'm gonna lay it here and let that super glue do its thing for a bit. And then we'll put the eyes in at some point. But this is what we have for now. It looks pretty good. I actually really like the little splotchy bit. Kind of made it look good and hurt. These would have been better if they were airbrushed during the scales, and it could use, no, it's pretty on point. Just needs a little bit more defined gill carvings and a little bit of green on the gills. Next time I make one though, because there's no point in putting stuff on the gills when you can't see them. Child with a chainsaw. It's frigid in here. But it came off the rotisserie and I fought with it for what felt like an hour to put it together. And it is probably one of the more pretty lures I've ever made. Or realistic, I guess it is. But yeah, it's the fins needed help and the gills needed less clear coat on them. Oh, I forgot that I didn't film putting on the eye as well. I did. I put the eye on. But look at that thing. Like, you can see that black shimmer or black flash has that little bit of green gold in it. And then the fins are see-through but still black. Like, transparent. Look at that. I don't know if it works, and I'm shivering to death. I'm gonna go test it. I don't want to bring you with me. I'll report back. It doesn't work. No, yeah, it doesn't work currently. But that's because there's still glue on the joint, and I forgot about it. See? It's a very stiff joint. So, I'll be back with you in, let's say, whenever I feel like it. End of video. Goodbye. Might not even be able to see it with the lack of sun, but we'll see. Ooh. It glides. But that's also with, like, no line out, so it probably swims better. Yeah, let's see if it swims any good underwater. Whoa. That's really weird. Well, it's a glide bait, so it does what it needs to be done, what it needs to do. Met up. Oh! We don't speak of that. Spirally knives. Eye contact. Nudist. Oh! Oh yeah, I'm just gonna start putting this stuff on in the slot. That's smart. Help! Child with a chainsaw. That's not good.